Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird, New York City. I just finished recording a video. The black masses are asses. They killed Christ when they were the Jews. They're the real Jews. The Jews, people pretending to be Jews now just want the credit for having been the chosen ones. The black people were really the chosen ones. But they betrayed their covenant. So they've been under a curse. Still under a curse. Okay. Let's see what we got here. A rose garden, a hose pardoned. Edwin Birdsong gets pass to be Robin Sass, her second child. Queen Elizabeth to be the second, to be Robin's first birth. The first may be the second, and the second may be the last. Remember that from the Bible? Robin wrote the Bible. She was King James the First and King James the Sixth. Morally, Queen Elizabeth II deserves to be the first. The loyalty to the family comes from the first. No chance to rehearse. He winged it for better or for worse. But they pass on the dirt. The second child passed on the curse. The worse. But we're lifting the curse from the slave owners. Some are black, but they still get to pay. They still got to pay for killing Christ back in the day. You got to pay to play. A lot of moolah to stage a play on Broadway. Look for what it is. Herstory. Hertory. Guts and Glory, rewritten true edition of Even Adam's story. Saints talk and share at the Art of Glory. Govinda Singh, Mother Ring, Baba bottled up Jesus, born to sing song Govinda Singh, his own songs. Sanagaran, Indian restaurant. Singh Jagat Singh vegetarian restaurant with a family band that plays and sings jazz. Where you're on the hot spot, you create as you keep your date to reiterate. Forsake guilt for talk and share. All's well that ends well. New topics. Page 3. Blasphemous for saying heaven will end. I thought heaven was for eternity. I hope heaven is for eternity. Energy transfer in San Francisco. C. Reversal. The Jew John Adams TV victory for them both. That's for Glenn Beck, the Christian, and John Adams, the Jew. Both were husbands of Eve, and now they've gotten together to create the Blaze TV, alternative to the biased media. Check it out. How could that be? The Jew is against the Christ I wanted to be like. You're a better man than me, Gunga Din. I did this already. Oh, I didn't finish it. That's what happened. And Gun Garden are just like Carl Jung was. He was Muhammad, and he was Dr. Jordan Peterson and Dostoevsky, and one more, Nietzsche. Yeah. That's a heavy dude, Jordan Peterson. I enjoy reading his book, The 12 Rules for Life. It makes me think, Sometimes I argue with what he says, but I enjoy it because he's put a lot of thought into us, not just off the top of his head. Rung on the ladder, but what does it matter? I never promised you a rose garden. Still waters run deep. Elsa Waters. I think she played Imitation of Life, and she sang the Billy Graham concert that I saw at McCormick Place when I was pregnant with St. John the Baptist at Anthony Craig Williams of Chicago, now of Milwaukee. Billy Graham was a good man. Graham crackers. Good wife and daughters. Nice life. But for what? So my flights to McCormick Place, Tobacco Road, then I saw Lou Rawls there too. At the 21 Hotel in New York City, Lou Rawls stopped singing when my boyfriend went to the bathroom and asked me to come up to his room after the gig. And I said, I can't, what you talk about? What, you crazy? What you talk about? I don't know. I'm like, I didn't do it, you know. And now he's singing a song, You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine. He was a Sagittarius. Sagittarius and Aries go well together, but I wasn't going to go up to his room. All these familiar, just the same thing Oscar Brown Jr. in Chicago. I saw him at, what's the name of that place start with an M? Some name on the near north side. He was there with Gene Pace, and he asked me to come up to his room. They want me to come up to their room. I'm in the audience, you know. I was in the audience. And he said, you know I was a snake before you took me in. Good thing I didn't take him in, right? Because he was a snake. All these familiar associates. You know what a snake is? The one willing to go the lowest. So you can stand above them. You know, they want to be beneath you, so they can see under your dress and see if you're wearing panties or not. All these familiar associations are showing up in my writing. Marie Antoinette was Maria Cott, not me. The Michelle Birdsong. She doesn't want me to know because she has no better place to go. A house is the body, yeah. She's a misfit. Marie Antoinette's a misfit. The part of me that always feels like a misfit is Maria Cott in me. I caught her. Welcome back, Carter. As a black educator, Mary McLeod Bethune, she was a misfit. Just a person that Maria was. Few of the cursed class, the black killers of Christ, were educated. And it's still true today. The only thing that saves them is religion. The only religion worth being into is Salma. And that was created by the saints. Has access to the most mirror of soft, T-E-N-E-R, energy. Taught Govinda Singh Ji, Dr. Stone, Dr. Randolph Stone. He was my father, one of my fathers, a genius of mysticism. My eye, yes, saint, pleasure, I see, small. All these saints do all these good things, then go to heaven for such a short amount of time. Heaven for royalty. Being a royal is like being in heaven. Her order, I, Adam, will tie. Is that Evangeline Adams? I am tied to a saint. Will write. Jagat Singh. Birdsong, the same person, who's having lost his thin-skinned, hard-headed father, who he's like, and lost his Capricorn business partner wife, businesswoman wife. I married Edwin for business, practical reasons. He said, I believed him, to make $1 million. Sounded like a fit to me, because I wanted to make $1 million for my mother, so she could, and that's what Stevie Wonder took, my dream. He wanted to make $1 million for his mother, and he did make $1 million for his mother using my energy. the energy, the idea of mine. Okay, Will Ike Eisenhower was a projection of Gurinder Singh, who was a projection of my mother. Eisenhower, Baba G, is Gurinder Singh, warned America about the danger of a growing military-industrial complex, just like Henry Ford and me warned about the takeover of the Jews. And I've got Harry S. Truman thoughts, guilt. He shouldn't feel guilty. Those Japanese weren't going to quit until they kill us all. Until we kill them all, they weren't going to quit. So dropping a bomb on Japan made them quit. Eisenhower, 2 bombs. Eisenhower, Babaji, Gurinder Singh, had been a royal Japanese samurai warrior. So you see, I got this conflict in me. I got the burdens of Eisenhower, Harry Truman, and a samurai soldier, and Henry Ford. I have these 3 burdens in me. I wanted to be a therapist for the people with the most responsibility. That's what I already am. as I use talk and share to cure myself, to fix myself, to become self-aware, I'm fixing the energies of these 3 souls. Isn't that interesting? W arrived. Isaacs ordered Mildred her. An orgasm is a substitute for death. It is a death experience. HEX, hex. Health, energy, unknown, person. Erie Canal. Where's Erie Canal? Is it in here? Erie? Anybody see Erie? Warrior. Anyway, I got it here somewhere. The Erie Canal. Eat, is that eat? Now it's blurring. Energy. Ear, her canal. Her ear canal is her energy. North Carolina experience. What I heard energized me in North Carolina. Dear daughter. Yeah, because Gurinder Singh made his daughter in me. They told me to ignore it, but how could I ignore such a thing? A little baby growing in me, I'm going to ignore it? I don't think so. Okay. Eve has daughter. Her energy. Emergency. Energy, Gurinder Singh. Picked you too soon. Before you had bloomed. No one saw or understood how he could love a dead flower. I have the energy of a dead flower in me. When I went to North Carolina, because I didn't have any teeth, my clothes were shabby. I had been beaten for years, being homeless. So that's like a dead flower. Because before I was a bloomed flower. You know, my children played violin, all 3 of them. A 5-year-old played too, on a talent show for the satsangis. And Singh played guitar, and Robin played violin. You know, so we were flowers. And then to show up in North Carolina, and it would look like I was destitute. It looked like I had nothing, no children, no life. You know, so flower, low, L-O-W, low, O-O-W-E, owe her. Mildred lowered her expectations because this is when I married Edwin, saw no one else on the horizon who wanted to marry her. She was a ticking time bomb. I told you all the energies I had in me. Harry Truman, who dropped the bomb, 2 bombs on Japan, and Eisenhower, who was worried about the military complex, industrial complex taking over the world. And I forget the other one. Henry Ford, who warned about the Jews, and then the Jews told him that we will kill you and your family if you don't shut up talking about us, because he was going to run, Henry Ford was going to run for president, but he backed down, because he didn't want his family killed. Baba G ordered Michelle Birdsong because she was the most beautiful child he'd ever seen when he was her projected mother. Her mother wanted to marry her little girl. That's a shocker, right? Earl George Percy, when he was Indiana Jones, trained Diana. So they're telling Anna to die, and enter A. A first, enter a first. Yeah, that's a lot of them did that. There are a lot of firsts in me, like Socrates, the father of Western civilization, and Henry Ford, who made America a car nation, and a lot of firsts in me. So Indiana Jones found a world-class treasury. Yeah, I found it. Princess Diane, oh, please stay with me, Diana. I'm so young and you're so old. This is my story I've been told. I don't know what they dare to me. You can't take away my dignity because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in love. Yeah, so Diane, is that Edith? Masculine girl. Oh, Edith's daughter. She was a masculine girl basketball player with me, yeah. Fat Mama, Miss Edith, was a friend of my mother's. She wasn't pregnant. She just had a fat belly. Jessica doesn't want me to be pregnant because if you, are the rest of your, if I'm pregnant, the rest of my story is true. Jesus Christ actually married me and impregnated me. He has, and I have immaculate conception inside of me, twins. I would be the most revered mother in the world. Jessica washes people's feet. She has children too. She started a Friday vegetarian group. Never mind my training. She sees I'm more knowledgeable about health, about music. She didn't know the story on Beethoven. I had to tell it to her and bring her information from the web about Beethoven. Was a genius, and he was a genius of structure. He could go all over the place and then resolve the sounds. He was a genius of structure. He was doing jazz back then. That's what jazz. They said Jews created jazz. Beethoven created jazz. About mothering than her. And I know more about mothering than her because I'm pregnant with twins and I have 4 kids. And she's an RN. Jessica is not my friend. Her eyes are almost closed. She's almost blind. She's a cold-hearted, thin-skinned green lime with a spine, disguised wine. You know, she laughs, but inside she's whining. Oh, why don't I have her luck? Why aren't I carrying immaculately conceived children? See, that's what I mean. But she doesn't show that. She acts like she wishes me well, and because she's my counselor, you know. Carol Gerling was that way when I was an airline stewardess. I had a fro, and she chased me down to try to get me to straighten my hair, and I just wanted to have a fro because I had met Edwin. And he liked my hair natural, you know. He didn't like me to wear makeup either. So I didn't wear makeup, and I wore my hair natural because I wanted to please him. I want what she's... God, this is what Jessica thinks unconsciously. God, access to information that shows my inadequacies. You know, I have information that shows her inadequacies. Pleasure, enter A, daughter. Energy, Queen A, Aria. She's pleasure, enemy, Satan. Okay, it just sells pleasure. In other words, Aria sees that I understand who Satan is now. It's Jessica. And St. Christopher, St. Bartholomew left that low frequency. I told you he started being more loving. He's not Satan anymore. He responded to my belief in him because he talked me into not going back to San Francisco because I'd become homeless, and he's absolutely right. That's what would have happened. And I was very grateful, and I thanked him. He gave me this table here. He gave everybody a table, but I appreciate it because this stuff would be on the floor. It would be impossible to work without this table. And he gave me tickets to Circus du Soleil, and I had the time of my life. I was making so much noise of appreciation, you know, so loud in the audience that Jonathan, who took us there, gave me, St. Andrew, gave me a funny look, like, you know. I didn't care. I was just wholeheartedly enjoying it. And I ordered all to Chris. And when I was dizzy the other day, Chris went and got cups. He put water in it. He brought me 2 cups of water because I was dehydrated. So I was able to go to my art exhibit downtown Manhattan. And so, you know, he's starting to feel good about himself. And so now he doesn't want to be Satan anymore. And I'm so glad. So Jessica took it over. So low frequency, free queen in North Carolina, I free the queen of feeling unattractive and insecure. That's what Govinda Singh said. What are we talking about? The most lovingest mother that ever existed? How did this start? Talking about Govinda Singh had been my mother, and he married me. But he married me as a man, so it's okay. See, so he waited a long time till it was proper before he married me. See, cross art. See, what's that? Energy. WTER. What's WTER? Emergency room. That must be an enter. Emergency room. Eve. Me, her. Yes, I'm Eve. General Innocent, North Carolina. I. Yeah, I was innocent. I didn't know what he was doing with my eyes. So, I loved Baba G. Jesus I. Mommy. I love my mommy, who was Baba G. I didn't know that. So totally. Oh, I see what I'm saying. In North Carolina, it was Baba G. But he had been my mommy. But he was Baba G, a man in North Carolina. So, but he had the energy of the mother. You know, he had, so, because the love is forever, so he had the love. He had a mother's love for me. And I felt it so totally as my mirror, my master. He had to marry me and give me a baby, which meant he stepped across the line of propriety. He really didn't step across the line because he was in a man's body. You see. So it's okay. And he had to marry me because he's the master and he has to mirror his disciples. And my kind of love for him was total, just like a wife would have, and just like a mother of his child would have. So he had to match it. So that's why he had to marry me. He has integrity. You see, he did his job as the master. And then, okay, so prioritize sight. When he first became master, he said prioritize. And now, see, he was saying prioritize. And I thought he was saying put first what's most important first. But he was saying that. It means both ways, more than one way. Public relations nightmare. Sex out of context. My mother said, I didn't know what to do with you. The homosexual in the heartland said he didn't know what to do with his mother. I used to wonder if my mother was a lesbian. She said she was always going to have some piece of man around. And a piece of her was a man, because she was a rejection of Baba G. She really pays to listen to people, but I that's why I'm interested in psychology. And people talk, I wonder, what are you talking about? Because I feel their energy, and it contradicts their words. And I'm trying to figure what. So that got me interested in studying psychology. And having been Freud, I can psychoanalyze people, but I have to know what they're feeling, and that's talking share. I learn what they're feeling. So and then as Fritz Perl, the German psychiatrist, I learned the reality is being in touch with the moment. So I put all those three therapies together, and I have a talk and share that works. I say we can cure the world. They're mad. Charan-Singh said the world is mad. So I'm no longer mad, So the world uses my energy. They do talk and share. They won't be no longer mad either. There you go. We got a panacea. Okay, oh my God. Okay. I think we're past this. Okay, I'll read it anyway. She said, ignorance is bliss. My mother said that. Blew my mind because I thought knowledge was bliss. Knowledge is power. My other mother said, you should know the truth and the truth shall set you free. So what am I supposed to believe? Somebody's lying, right? So I think what it is ignorance is bliss until you're ready for the truth. Jack Nicholson said you can't handle the truth. Ignorance is bliss until you can handle the truth. I gun and enter orders her ignore North Carolina energy. See the gun in me. I said Eisenhower in me is telling me to ignore what happened in North Carolina because it could be a PR nightmare. But I'm not ignoring it because I like what happened in North Carolina. I don't see anything wrong with what happened. He married me as a man. You see, he had my mother in him, meaning he loves me like my mother loved me. Now, that's a big deal because nobody loves you like your mother. So he loves me like nobody can love me. And he's in a man's body. That's heaven. That's ideal. That's perfect. So I'm not ignoring her. As I see Baba G, Jesus I. And see, I was marrying, he's Jesus. That's my husband. Will, pleasure, secret, is that Santa Lee? Yeah. Ain't gonna pleasure me secretly. He already did that in North Carolina, and now he got to pleasure me publicly. He said he's going to marry me at the Cathedral Church of St. John the Divine. So I'm looking forward to that. I already start planning the wedding. My mother, lover, said, anything a man can do, I can do. The only thing I've been able to see I cannot do is get rich or even upper middle class without a man. Bert's on probably psych me out because he's, oh, I gotta go. Okay, bye.